Morning, 7th graders. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Nice, relaxing day at home doing your schoolwork. But anyways, today we have lesson 14 in our math, and we're not learning anything new. We're just taking two skills that we have learned and we are combining them to help us solve for distances on a map scale. You guys have worked with map scales before, and you guys have also worked with proportions before, which is what we are combining in our lesson today. So let's start reading at the top of page 59, lesson 14. It says, on the map, 1 centimeter represents 100 kilometers, right? And we can write this as a ratio for 1 centimeter equals 100 kilometers, okay? So remember what our scales are? So like all maps are scales because they're shrunk down to actually fit on a piece of paper. So we have scales that tell us what the distances on our map represent. So for instance, our map on page 59, 1 centimeter is going to represent 100 kilometers, right? So we know that this is our one side of our proportion. We know that 1 centimeter stands for 100 kilometers. Now, we can use this proportion to help us solve for the actual distance on our map, okay? So let's read our next paragraph. You can use proportions with the ratio 1 centimeter to 100 kilometers to find the distance from Dawson Creek to Edmonton. So, if you do not have your rulers with you, pause the video and go grab a video real quick. Pause the video and go grab a video real quick. Go grab a ruler real quick and then come back and we'll keep going. Anyways, if you have your ruler now, lay your ruler on the map and measure the distance between the two cities, okay? So get your ruler, go on your centimeters, and measure between Dawson Creek and Edmonton, just straight across. You should come up to about exactly 5 centimeters. Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of time to measure it. So now that we come up with 5 centimeters, we know our other side of our proportion. We know that we have 5 centimeters, and we want to figure out the actual distance between the two. So this is our other side of our proportion. And you guys very much know how to do proportions like this. We times diagonally, which is going to give us 500, and then we divide by our leftover number, which is going to equal 500, right? So the distance between Dawson Creek and Edmonton is actually 500 kilometers, all right? That's what we're learning today. So for numbers 1 through 4, you guys are going to measure on the map here, and then you guys are going to use proportions like this to solve for your actual distance, okay? If you flip to the next page, let's keep reading at the top of our new part on page 60. It says, on a road map of Arkansas, the scale is a ½ inch equals 15 miles, right? So here's your ruler, right there's your ½ inch mark. So on our scale, ½ inch represents 15 miles. It is 2½ inches from Little Rock to Arkadelphia on the map. What is the actual distance, all right? So our one side of our proportion we know is going to be a ½ inch equals 15 miles, right? So we know it's going to equal 15 miles. Now, what else did we know? We know the distance is 2½ inches on our map scale, but we want to find the actual distance, right? So now, we have to simply times these two, and remember, so if we have a fraction here, 15 times 2 2½ times, or divided by a half, sorry. Now, what can we do with this? What do we do with that? We can change this to a mixed number, right? So we're going to have 5 over 2, right? And then we're going to have 15 over 1. So now we have this number, right? So 15 times 5 would be 75, right? Over 2. Now we're dividing it by our last fraction. But does anyone remember what we do when we divide a fraction? We divide it by its reciprocal, right? So we have to switch our last fraction around, 2 over 1 instead of 1 over 2. Now we're going to have these two canceling each other out, and we simply have 75 over 1. And our answer is going to be 75 miles from Little Rock to Arkadelphia. All right, so that's how you do those ones with fractions, okay? So pretty much today, you guys are taking your math scales and you're solving them using your proportions, all right? And looking over the rest of our lesson, you guys have some more of these problems at the end of your lesson. And that is all we have in our video. I hope you guys have a fantastic Tuesday, and remember to smile a lot today because smiling is contagious, all right? See you guys.